This is AM 1220, KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City, and streaming audio at KTLV1220.com.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are the views of the host and guests and not necessarily those of KTLV radio station. Any products endorsed on this program do not represent an endorsement by KTLV Radio, its staff, or management.
Good morning, Oklahoma City, and welcome to the Clara Luper Show. In a moment, your host, Clara Luper.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. One writer wrote, "Let me live in a house by the side of the road, where the races of men go by. Some are good, some are bad, as good as bad as I." This is the Clara Luper radio show. And today's show is being brought to you by Johnson Sardinas, 1643 Northeast 50th Street in Oklahoma City. That telephone number is 424-4656. Now, if you're talking about training your child, giving your child that preschool training, I would recommend Johnson Sardinas, 1643 Northeast 50th Street, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Paul Matthews. Many of you know, and you know Gloria Mathis has been in this business a long time, and she is professional. Hometown, 2001 Northeast 23rd Street. Say, have a great Saturday. And when you go to Hometown, located at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street, remember they have bargains. Look at the bargains in the meat department. Look at the bargains in the vegetable department. All at Hometown, 2001 Northeast 23rd Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Gates Barbershop is open at 2609 North Martin Luther King. And they are ready to give you that hairstyle that you want. I'm talking to you men. Whatever you want, you don't have to worry. Just go to Robert Gates, 2609 North Martin Luther King. Eloquently You Boutique, located at 730 West Britain Road, will put you in the kind of outfit that you love. Yes, Eloquently You, owned by Marilyn Hildred. Not only that, Marilyn is your Allstate agent. And when you go to take out your insurance, whether it's life, whether it's automobile, house, or what have you, call Marilyn, 843-0811. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and I do have a great show for you today. And the reason it's so great is because you are listening. Did you know that Vernon, Oklahoma is really on the map? Did you know that you have a group of people in Vernon working to perpetuate their history? You have an organization known as the Vernon Charitable Foundation Incorporated. And let me tell you what they are going to do. They are having a gospel concert on August 8th at 5 o'clock p.m. at the Vernon Community Center in Vernon, Oklahoma. You don't want, and you cannot afford to miss this wonderful event. They will be featuring some of the best singers in and around Oklahoma. For example, the Neighborhood House of Prayer of Boynton, Oklahoma, the Lang family of Boynton, Oklahoma, the Lane Brothers of Boynton, Oklahoma, Mrs. Lizzie Cato of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Mount Olive Baptist Church Praise Team of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Melvin Fields of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Melody Moore of Oklahoma City, along with Mrs. Lavina McCoy of Oklahoma City. The Cousins in Christ will be there from Muskogee, Oklahoma. You may purchase your tickets for $7 in advance or $10 at the door. If you are just a child, you can get in free. If you want to participate, or if you know someone who would like to participate, all you have to do is contact Effie Gatton. The telephone number is 771-5252. Now, those of you in the Tulsa area, you may call Lisa Cato at 425-2261, and that area code is 918. Now, around Boynton is Marie Wilson, 918-616-0319. Or in Vernon itself, you can call Joyce Dozier. That telephone number is 657-2297. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and I've just told you something you didn't know, what was happening in Vernon, Oklahoma. At 11 o'clock today, Oklahoma City will say goodbye to Deola Hall Wales at the Emmanuel Baptist Church here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We express our sincere sympathy to that family. We also have something else very special for you, because we want you to know that Mrs. Ruth McLean, the sister of Mrs. Lucille Williams, passed on March 8th. Now, her funeral will be held on March the 16th, which is Thursday, at 1 p.m. at Cleves CME Church, that's 1609 Northeast 48th Street. Let me repeat that. Ruth McLean, the sister of Lucille Williams. The sister of Lucille Williams' funeral will be held on Thursday, March 16th at 1 p.m. at Cleves Methodist Church, located at 1609 Northeast 48th Street in Oklahoma City. It's Soul Bazaar time in Oklahoma. Those of you for the past 30 years that have participated in the Soul Bazaar, you understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a trade and industry show that you have always supported, you have always been proud of. That would be April 7th and 8th at the Plaza Hotel, 4345 North Lincoln Boulevard in Oklahoma City. You may exhibit your products, you may exhibit your talent, and that big AXO competition will take place. AXO is the talk of the nation, a time when you can show off your talents in various fields. I think there are about 26 different fields. That's AXO. It's also Miss Black Oklahoma time in Oklahoma. And last Saturday night, it was Miss Black Oklahoma in Oklahoma City. But oh my goodness, it's Miss Black Oklahoma time, and you will hear from her today. This is wonderful. But last night it was Miss Black OCU time. Miss Black OCU, and that young lady, let me tell you something. The happiest person in that auditorium last night, and it was held in the Kerr-McGee, I think that's right, auditorium, was Mrs. Bosie Walker, who introduced us to a young lady named Laura Anderson. And Laura Anderson was a contestant in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, and she is now the director of the Miss Black OCU pageant. And did she direct that pageant? Did she have some beautiful young ladies? And either one of those young ladies could have represented OCU at the state Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. The winner from Oklahoma City University, excuse me, was Monique Cooper, a junior majoring in criminal justice, strengthening health and promoting emotional stability was her theme. All in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Miss Black OCU was Monique Cooper. Monique is from Ethiopia. I know her parents are from Ethiopia. She won that pageant last night. But that pageant was directed by Oklahoma City's own Laura Anderson. What can you say about Michelle Michelle J. Milburn played a leading role in that pageant last night. And what she did was just so unique. And when she expressed her experiences in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, which is really not a pageant as you think of it, but it's an educational and motivational experience. Last night, Michelle Milburn said, "I cannot believe how quickly this year has gone by. It seems like just like yesterday. I have traveled extensively in and out of the United States. I owe so much to all of you at OCU, to my family, my friends, and to the Miss Black Oklahoma staff." Not only that, she congratulated each of the contestants for their hard work and dedication. And she told them that this pageant, the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, is just an avenue that you can take to be the change that you desire to see in the world. And she said, "May God bless all of you." Yes, the pageant at OCU was beautiful. You crowded Plaza Hotel's star room last Saturday night for Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, Oklahoma City's pageant. And that young lady that won that pageant is going to call me today. Miss Black Oklahoma County was won by a young lady who has an African background. Her parents and all, I think she was born in Ghana. Her name is Jackie Johnson. Now you have the name of Miss Black OCU, who is Monique Cooper. You have the name of Miss Black Oklahoma County, who is Jackie Johnson. And I want you to guess the name of Miss Black Oklahoma and call me at 672-1220. 672-1220. Once again, I would like to publicly apologize to my son, who's the backbone of this program. I guess I depend on him so much, because he told me that I could not raise, and when I say I don't mean Clara Luper, I'm talking about my finance committee could not raise $2 million from January the 16th through February the 28th. And he was exactly right. I would like to apologize to you, Calvin. We didn't do it, but we did extremely well. And we did extremely well, but we didn't win it. We didn't raise it. Not all of it. But we did well. And do you know what? One thing that we learned, if at first you don't succeed, try again. We didn't win it because many of our friends didn't believe that it could be done. They didn't believe it to the tune of a nickel, a dime, a dollar, $10, $100, $1,000. But many of them did. They believed, and I have good news for you. Next week, we will have one of the biggest announcements that has ever been made in Oklahoma City. And we've been checking. Nowhere in the United States of America have a group of people gotten together and decided that they're going to have an Afro-American plaza at their own state capital. Yes, we have one other state that has one, but it was not a grassroots project like the Afro-American Plaza. Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy that you're going to be a part of something that will last for over 100 years? Oklahoma City and the state of Oklahoma would not dare celebrate 100 years of statehood without recognizing all Oklahoma citizens. Now the question boils down to whether you believe in yourself. Do you believe in your people? I often tell people that I'm a black woman, born of America, born of her dreams, her hope, and her aspiration. I know that black history and Afro-American history is white history. And I've taken that message all over the state. Because when you talk about John F. Kennedy, you've got to talk about Martin Luther King. You remember Martin Luther King was in the Birmingham jail. And that call that was made by President Kennedy, he was a candidate then, made a difference. Talk about Barbara Jordan. But how can you talk about Barbara Jordan, that representative from that great state of Texas, without talking about Lyndon Johnson that gave her a break? Talk American history. This week, we lost Gordon Parks. But Gordon Parks spoke to the young people at the NAACP National Convention, and he asked them to remember that black history was white history. And it really came home to him, he stated, when he went to Hollywood, and he found out that his friends were not a one color. I often tell my people that a black snake will bite you as quick as any other snake. And I mean that. I mean for you to look at each individual as one of God's creation. We have made everything else, but we have not been able to make dirt or a man. Clara Luper reporting. Calvin Luper has been in the hospital all the week, and I'm happy to report that he's home today, and I'm expecting him to call me. Calvin, call me. I've apologized to you publicly. I've told you that you were right and I was wrong. I want to hear from you. Calvin, you were right and I was wrong. You told me that the people that I thought was going to support me would not, and you're right. You're right, and you're wrong. Because some of the people that I knew would support me supported me. Some of the people didn't support me because maybe they didn't have all the information. Maybe they were a doubting Thomas. Maybe they didn't believe in faith, Faith. Maybe they did not believe. But one thing about it, it's going to be done. Oh, it's going to be done. The Afro-American Plaza will become a reality. It's going to be done. Don't fool yourself. It's going to be done. Don't wait till the last minute and jump on the bandwagon. Do it now. Do it today. Say, I'm going to support. And don't look at me grinning saying, Clara, I wish you all good luck. Harriet Tubman, who never had the opportunity to go to school, say, wishing ain't gonna make nobody free. If you want to be free, you got to get out here and you got to work. You got to support. Yes, if you really want to be free. This is the Clara Luper radio show congratulating the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants of 2006. The Miss Black Oklahoma pageant will be held in Oklahoma City June the 10th through the 17th. Don't forget that date, June the 10th through the 17th. Tickets will go on sale for that pageant, which will be a sellout on Monday. On this coming Monday, the tickets for the state will go on sale. What did you think of the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant? What did you think of those beautiful pages, those handsome escorts? What did you think of those beautiful young ladies? Let me hear from you. The telephone number, 672-1220. Oh, you know, I have something to talk about. And you say, Claire, you always talk about your children. You're right. My children come in all colors, all sizes. My children, oh, how beautiful. Isn't it wonderful for somebody to tell you how beautiful all of our children are? Well, I'm happy to tell you, and they were beautiful. Please believe me. This is Clara Luper. Yes, Clara Luper. May I help you, please?
Well,
Yes.
Stephen Billingsley here.
Yes, Stephen, I would like to thank you. And people are talking about that prayer that you gave other night.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, what did you think of the pageant?
Oh, the pageant was wonderful. However, I called in just to tell you and just thank the Lord that Calvin is back home, and I know you as a proud mother are glad to have your son home and out of the hospital.
I am, sir. And with the prayers and the support of all the people. You just don't realize how many friends we have. You cannot, I cannot tell you how grateful we are to the ministers and all of the people that came to see Calvin. Calvin's just happy. His niece, Alicia Garrett now, drove up from Texas. His sister came, his little nieces, Sasha and Sydney Clara. Oh, he was a happy person, and he was happy because many of you thought of him with your cards, your prayers, and he hadn't Oh, he got one get well cards, and he says, oh, he just had a fit over all his cards. Thank you
Well,
so much.
I knew on the day of the pageant you had enough on your mind, and I didn't tell you that I made 2 and 3 trips to the hospital that day. I just went and left, and I would go back and see about it, and then I ran to the pageant, and on Sunday I was there after a long trip to another church on that Sunday. But I wouldn't tell you all of that because you had enough to deal with him just being your son.
Well, you are part of my family too, and we consider you as a part, and that's no more than we expected out of you.
Well, thank you, and I will talk with you more later about how to raise more funds for the monument because I know we can get it done, even though we didn't make the deadline. I do have an idea that can work, and we need to sit down and flesh it out.
Okay, well, you have to flesh it out with that committee because so many times people say Clara Luper. It's not Clara Luper. It's you. You are
That's
part
fine.
of that committee.
Well,
Okay?
that's fine.
Well, thank you so very kindly.
Okay.
The telephone number out here is 672-1220, and I want you to call me and tell me what you think. Because I know you're going to participate in the Soul Bazaar. If you want to put your baby in the baby contest, call me, 424-3949 or 922-7648. So many of our young people got their start at the Soul Bazaar. For example, when I think of Mr. Houston, who is now a principal in Oklahoma City, I remember him as a young child at the Soul Bazaar. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. Hello?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Coco Thomas, your fantastic reporter. Last week at the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant, if you weren't there, you missed a treat. I would like to congratulate our new Miss Black Oklahoma City and Miss Black Oklahoma County. I wish to both of you the best of luck in the state pageant. I know you will do well. Also, pages, you did a wonderful, wonderful job. I look forward to seeing all of the pages in the state pageant and the escorts you put on the show. I hope you all will be at the state pageant. So everyone, hurry and get your tickets for the state pageant. If you weren't there, come to the state. If you weren't there, come to the state. Also, Calvin, we miss you. We can't wait till you get back. I'm ready to hear you sing. My birthday is coming up. I want you to sing happy birthday to me.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, Coco, how many people enjoy Calvin singing. And that's a miracle. That is really a miracle. Thank you, and this is the Clara Luper Radio Show. This part of our show is brought to you by Soul Bazaar 2006, April 7th and 8th, and we want to make sure you are part of it. How do you feel being a part of something that's been in business for a long time? We are not Johnny come late. Hello?
Mrs. Luper?
Yes.
And I'm sorry that I can't say hello to Calvin this morning, but I am happy to know I went to visit him on yesterday, and I'm happy to know that he's getting along better, and I understand that he is home. And I'm sorry, as Coco just said, that he's not there to sing happy birthday to all of the people.
Oh, he will. He will be on. He's going to be on today. He'll probably call in and sing happy birthday.
Sing happy birthday. Well,
because
that is
really
wonderful.
makes
So I'll be
him
looking
happy.
forward to that because, see, everyone is looking forward because we have missed him on last Saturday singing. And I, too, want to congratulate all the persons who won the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant. All of those girls were winners. We really had some wonderful girls, some beautiful girls with beautiful talent, and they were just terrific. And if you weren't there to witness that program, you really missed a treat. And I know if you missed it in March, you're going to be there in June because you're going to hear all the people talking about it. Because after the program, one lady had her little boy there, and he was telling her, "Mama, I want to be in that." So she wanted to know what was the requirements to get a little boy to be escort because her little boy was dying to be an escort. So I said, well, we have them from 3 to 16. The little boy said, well, I'm 5. So he's letting his mama know, I'm old enough to be an escort, and I want to get in this Black Oklahoma City's little escort program. So we will be having new people because when the children come out and they see what wonderful program it is, and they see the activities of the young people, they want to participate, and I can understand that. And I want to congratulate all that was on the program, and I want to thank each of you who came out to support the program, because with your support, it really makes the success of the program.
How about those judges?
Oh, boy, I had a wonderful slate of judges, and I never can forget, and I never will stop saying thank you, thank you, thank you to the judges. And I had some new people, and they were just wonderful. They were wonderful. So I want to thank all the judges that were there. And if I missed anyone, I want to thank the judges that were there, and I want to thank all the parents that were there of the contestants and the parents of the escorts and the parents of the pages, because it was through their efforts also that made our pageant as beautiful and as attractive and as interesting as it was. So, and I'll be looking forward to seeing them in June at the state pageant.
Well, the tickets will go on sale this Monday, and it's on a first come, first serve.
So,
first
that's
come,
right.
first serve.
So
We
now
do just like the Hornets.
And I want you to remember, all of my customers that buy tickets from me for the state pageant, remember, I'll be having my tickets to sell for the state pageant, because the pageant is expensive. We have to take care of expense, to even a building, to even have in it, and all of the things that goes to maintain or even to secure
we
or
go
get a building.
We go first class.
Well, I know we all go first class, but I want you to know, Clara, to go first class, you have to pay.
That's right. We don't.
And I'm
mind
finding
paying.
out the pay is
don't
not
mind
going down, down, but it's going up, up, up.
Up. You're right.
And just like that gas bill. Oh, my goodness, that gas bill. Oh, my goodness. The people last month really did suffer because those gas bills was tremendously high.
And mine was high this month, so well. Liddy,
Yes.
it's one thing today, the Zeta Phi Beta sorority will be celebrating their Founders Day.
Right. They having a Finest Womanhood luncheon today, Mrs. Luper, and it's down at the Petroleum Building.
Petroleum
And I'm sure
Club.
I'm going to see
That's
you
at
there.
the Petroleum Club. I would know.
Petroleum Club, right.
And not only that, I have good news for everybody. Mrs. Stale says that there will be a big soul dinner at Freedom Center today. And Mr. Carbon say that he is there, and he's cooked some good old chitlins. They have neck bones, they have brown beans, they have green beans, they have yellow beans, they have white beans. They tell me they are...
And red beans, well, sure. And I'm sure they're going to have a wonderful dinner because Mrs. Stale, she went up there last night to get her tables all set up and see what all she needed to do so when her customers arrive, they could be comfortably seated and be in a relaxed position and in a beautiful position and in a clean position where they can just sit back and relax and eat those green beans, those red beans, those butter beans, those lima beans.
Oh,
so
wow.
and this is taking place at 2609 Martin Luther King. That's the Freedom Center.
And that's the Freedom Center, home of the NAACP Youth Council, that made it possible for somebody as black as me to eat in restaurants and cafeterias and hotels. And before the NAACP led the fight, we couldn't get in the Petroleum Club.
Oh, the Petroleum Club, we couldn't eat. That was staying way off the list. We couldn't eat at John A. Brown's. We couldn't eat at...
That's right. But people forget so easily.
Just a little drugstore, you would get the... You couldn't even eat your ice cream in the 10-cent store. You buy your ice cream.
You had to go
hot
outside.
day in summer, and the sun melted it faster than you could eat it because you had to go outside and let it melt all down over your hands, and you're trying to lick it and catch it. But I want to be thankful to the 13 senators and their advisors who made it possible. Mrs. Luper. And Ms. Luper, I was talking with some young people, and they were talking about our new project that was going on. And I said, well, this and that. I said, have you been up to the Freedom Center to see the Black Monument? No, he had not. But have you been in the Freedom Center to see the kind of work and that the students are doing? No, they're not. And, I just wondered, I said, now we have all of these things here in Oklahoma City, and they don't know about them. And then when you start a new project, they're all so concerned. Why? And I said, you know what? I said, all of these years that we have needed this or that, have you ever recommended to anyone, to the legislator, that maybe the blacks needed this or that? No, he hadn't even ever been to the legislature. He's never been in any of their sessions. He's never been in any of their meetings. And then they wonder why, I don't know. I said, the way I find it out, I read it in the paper, I listen to the news, and I take myself there. No one tells me. So we have to really see what's going on in our community. I know we have to work. We all have to work. Everybody have 8 hours of work. But you need to go beyond that in your working time. Turn your radio on and see what's happening in your city and be a part of the thing that's happening in Oklahoma City. Because when a project is put on and it's successful, I don't want it to be like a program that I went to. These people said, oh, we're going to celebrate this particular project. And all of those ministers had their names on there. And, through my sweat and tears, I didn't ever see them there. They didn't even let us in that church. And I said, oh, my goodness, look at these people. Why? Yeah, everything is paid for. The success has been accomplished. And they want to get some of the benefits of it. So why don't you get in on the ground floor and help? Because it was their struggle, sitting and standing on the streets, as to why we can go in all the places and eat, and all of the hotels and sleep, all the the swimming pools to swim. Because Dodo filled his up with dirt. But you can go out there and play or make you some mud houses. He filled his swimming pool up.
Okay, I think that you need to apologize to Calvin, because Calvin said that we believe that it could be done. We could raise that $2 million.
Well, now, Calvin, I always want my hopes to be beyond my grasp. I don't ever want to say I want to raise $2 when we can raise $20 million. So I want to have something that you have to work forward. Because if you don't have anything to work forward to, you have nothing. So Calvin, right, on the 28th of February, we did not have it. But I want to apologize to you. You said that we wouldn't. But I know we're going to get it. And because we're still progressing on the project. We're in the process of our next phase. And when you know anything, construction is going to be going up. Because we're going to continue to work and continue, because we have too many blacks that's in Oklahoma, too many blacks that is in other cities that was from Oklahoma. They're going to hear our projects, and they want to be a part of it. And they're going to help us raise our part of the fund.
Letty, you remember we got on this radio and we talked. We called our committees together, over 100 of them, and told them that we needed artists. I'm happy to report that many people ignored us. But today I would like to report that we have artists that have sent in designs. Guess what? From Chicago, from Wyoming, from Texas, from Tennessee, from New Mexico, from all over this country. It was on their line, whatever that means. And when that happened, we have it. Somebody asked me, Ms. Luper, are you looking for black artists? Well, that's just like going in the hospital asking me, am I looking for a black doctor? I'm looking for the best. I don't care what color you are,
you're
where you're
just for a doctor, regardless of what color he is, blue, black, or purple.
Well, that's right. And we were looking for an artist. So if the artists in Oklahoma didn't send in their qualifications, I only think we have 2 that sent in something from Oklahoma. And that's really something. But that's our business.
That's right. And this young man that I was talking with, he said, I said, well, fine, send it in. So I'm sure he contacted the artists that he said that he knew. And I know he had them to send in some of their portfolios so that we can look at them. So I'm sure he did that because he wondered why we didn't contact this artist. So I didn't know him. I said, having to send in some work. I know I haven't received any. So I'll see if the office has received any on Monday when we go to our meeting.
Okay, we are going to our meeting, and we're going to look at all of these artists that have sent in work. And Calvin really fought hard for black artists in Oklahoma City.
He certainly did.
Every meeting, Calvin stood up. But I am surprised that we have not heard from more people that work out to the states, out to the capital. Now, everybody in Oklahoma City and Oklahoma really know and remember that I was appointed to the teachers board. You remember that?
Why, sure. We all went down there congratulating you, and we were so happy
all my students,
we had somebody on that board.
Oh, I served.
And you did. And tell us about that long-term service you had. I think you've had the longest term than anybody that I've known in history.
Well, I have, and I can show it, where the governor of the state of Oklahoma, the governor of Belma, appointed me to that board. And I went there. I was shocked because I walked through the building. I didn't see anybody of my color that was working there in the building. And then in the meeting, I asked, do you have any black employees? Well, anyway, it was a lady there, and she looked at me and she said, how did you get on this committee? I said, the governor appointed me. And I was just so proud. And I served on that board.
A long time. How long was that, Ms. Luper? The longest term that I've...
One day. Because the next day I received a letter from the governor stating that they had made a mistake and I was not supposed to be on that board. So I served for one day.
That was a long term, one day.
Yes, but
and
I did my
I
best.
I just wonder what he really should have had some reasons as to. I
asked him. I said, I want to know the reason.
I made a mistake because you were a woman. I beg your pardon?
Oh, you don't do that now. You have a sophisticated time.
Well, he said he made a mistake.
I was a teacher.
Did he make?
I'm going to have to let you go because I have someone that's calling and I've got to listen. This is Clara Luper. Hello? Hello?
Oh, my goodness. Hello, Clara Luper.
Yes.
This is your long-lost son, Arthur Houston.
Yes, I just talked about you.
And that is certainly why I'm calling, too. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, Arthur.
And it was certainly good to hear Mrs. Hunter. Mrs. Hunter, too, was one of my teachers over at Douglas High School many moons ago.
Oh, yes, yes.
So I wanted to let you know that I was glad that you had a chance to come to one of our principals' meetings with Oklahoma City Public Schools and give all of the principals the charge that you're expecting for all of the schools to participate in this year's Soul Bazaar.
Yes, you're a principal now. Are you participating?
Most definitely. We are certainly getting our teachers geared up after testing is done to be able to participate in that. And I'm certainly looking forward to my family, coming down and getting a feel of what the Soul Bazaar has to offer for the city of Oklahoma.
I am so proud of you.
Indeed. And Mrs. Luper, it is through my participation in all of the youth programs growing up here in Oklahoma City and Mr. Talent and Miss Black Oklahoma City and such that I had the opportunity to showcase my talent and to participate, to help make me be the successful person that I am today.
Well, you are really successful. You left Oklahoma City and you went to Ohio. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, tell all my people about that.
Well, following my 4 years of teaching middle school here in Oklahoma City, did I choose to move to Ohio in order to continue my college experience for administration. So there at the University of Cincinnati did I complete my administrative credentialing program and then moved on to California and then got some administrative experience in the public schools there in Oakland, California. And after 23 years, Mrs. Luper, of being away, am I coming home? And so excited to be back home.
Oh, great.
And I brought with me a wife and two wonderful children. I have a 11-year-old who's a sixth grader at Northeast, and my 7-year-old daughter is at school with me at Willowbrook Elementary School.
Okay, now what are you doing at Willowbrook Elementary School?
I'm a principal, an elementary school principal. So I've come back and was fortunate enough to, first of all, I served as the principal at Douglas High School for the summer, this past summer. And then I was extended the offer to be the elementary principal there at Willowbrook for, the start of this school year.
Well, tell me about your wife, because we always thought you would marry a girl from Oklahoma City.
Yes. Well, things kind of happen as they will. She's a native Cincinnatian in that she was born and raised there in Ohio, and she has a background in office management and marketing, and she has come to work, too, with Oklahoma City Public Schools in that she works in the children's nutrition area, whereby she helps supervisors and work with those staff members that work in the food service programs throughout
the school district.
When you found her, I've always talked to my young men about the kind of wives that I wanted them to find. Tell me, what kind of wife did you find?
Well, first of all, Mrs. Luper, she's a sister of color. She's certainly my joy in life, in that she's one who was always striving to better herself, and that she, matter of fact, is now in school working toward a master's program in children's nutrition. So you're, again, one who is always interested in bettering themselves socially, spiritually, and educationally. So, we want to look in terms of someone who's well-rounded and has that nurturing bent, to help with the children.
Congratulations and thank you. Be sure and go by Freedom Center today and get you a soul dinner.
I'm going to. I was hearing about that menu that you ran down, and it's been a long time since I've had some, really down-home cooking. So I'm planning on going by there today.
Well, thank you so very kindly, and we are looking forward to hearing from you from Willow Grove.
Thanks so much, Ms. Luper. We'll be back in touch with you.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Calvin Luper, where are you? You promised to call me because I've apologized. What else do you want me to do? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Mother Clara Luper.
Yes.
This is your beauty queen for today.
Yes.
And I just thought I would let you know that I'm glad and proud of Calvin being home now from the hospital. I've been praying for him continuously.
Well, thank you so very
So
kindly.
I want to thank you.
You are my beauty queen.
Yes, I
And
am.
I love
And I
you.
will continue to be. And I will be up at the Freedom Center. I may not be able to get a dinner, but I will at least try to contribute and get something to eat.
Okay, darling. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye now.
Okay, this is Clara Luper. Hello? Hello, this is Clara.
As I see it.
As I see it, I've been waiting for you, and you were so happy last night dressed in your purple, and I know you're proud of Laura Anderson.
Oh, yes, that's one of my girls.
Okay.
Yes, as I see it, we are going to have a state convention of Miss Black Oklahoma out of sight, because we got so many beautiful girls all over the state that will be in the state pageant. And we are asking everyone that we know and love the young ladies and want to see them progress to buy a ticket. The tickets will go on sale next week.
Monday.
And so we're looking forward for all our friends. As I see it, they're going to buy us out. We're going to be sold out.
We were sold out last Saturday night.
You were, and they had a beautiful city, Oklahoma City pageant. If you weren't there, you missed a treat to see the beautiful young ladies. And you need to support the young people instead of running them down. The only way you can support them by coming to their different affairs that is presented here in the city. As I see it, we're going to be a success. And as I see it, I know we're going to sell out our soul dinners down at the Freedom Center.
Okay. They tell me that we even have chitlins down there.
Oh, yeah, neck bones.
Neck bones, those good old delicious neck bones, prepared by Gloria Matthews, prepared by Mrs. Maxine Stale, and prepared by Mrs. Robertson. Okay. Thank you.
See you.
You looked so pretty last night, and you were really smiling, and you were proud of the contestants.
Oh, you did too.
You picked the winner last night, didn't you?
Oh, I sure did.
Well, that was great. The young lady that won last night, Monique Cooper, had tried last year and did not succeed. And she believed in that philosophy. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Okay, well, thank you. Once again, I want to hear from Calvin. I've apologized to him, and I've apologized over and over. Calvin, you were right, but Lord have mercy. We're going to go on. W.B. Du Bois told us out of every 10 people, you just had one that was going to do something to help. This is the Clara Luper radio show saying, let me live in the house by the side of the road where the races of men go by. The men who are good, the men who are bad, as bad as I. Hello.
Good morning, Mom. How you
Oh,
doing?
Calvin, I'm so happy to hear from you.
Yes, indeed. I'm calling not from the hospital, but I'm calling from home, sweet home. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me during this past week. I know everybody gonna say that's your son. You should have, but you didn't have to do it, and it made me feel good. And you know what else, Mom? It made those other people there on 6 East. They felt good too because not only did you care about me, you cared about them, and especially my roommate, Brother Lawrence Wilkes. So thank you for coming up, visiting us, and thank you for for your prayers and your inspiration that you brought with you. I know that you're anxious. I want to hear that apology. I heard it on the air, but I want to hear it in my ear here.
Calvin, I told you that I apologize to you. You
Yes.
were right and I was wrong. Now, what else do you want me to do?
Well, you can keep saying that, but then about that being right, this is one of those things where you hate your right, but then it just understanding your community and understanding where we're thinking from. But then what we have done, what we're going to do is that the project will be a reality. There will be an African American Plaza, and Bruce Fisher, thanks for coming by visiting me too. We had a chance to talk about the African American Plaza and what the artists have been putting in. And good Lord willing, I know that we will put that thing up, and we will put that thing up in a way that all of Oklahoma will be proud of it. Because as you said many, many times, black history is white history. Oklahoma black history is Oklahoma white history and Oklahoma Indian history. And if you really look at it or look at whatever you're doing, wherever you're working, if you look around you and you eliminate all the black folk, hey, that job becomes extremely difficult. You eliminate all the white folk, the job becomes extremely difficult. You eliminate all the Indians, the job becomes extremely difficult. In many cases, there wouldn't be a job at all. So togetherness is what it's all about, and being proud of each other's heritage and what we bring to the table, what we have brought to the table, what our forefathers have brought, and importantly, what our children and our grandchildren will be bringing to the table to make sure and to ensure that Oklahoma will continue to be a vibrant state and a state that is proud of each and every one of its citizens.
Calvin, we have often heard about black power and all of this. What experience did you have at the hospital?
Well, I was at Veterans Hospital, and I've always been a strong advocate of black power. But then reality check come in. There, I am sicker than I've ever been, and I looked around me, and I didn't care what color that knowledge was. I didn't care if a white man had the knowledge, or Indian, or Mexican, or somebody from India, but they were there, and their concern wasn't my color, but their concern was my health and getting me back on my feet and making sure that I could stay on my feet. So you can take that black power and use it in a way, but I would not have wanted a person that their main thing in education, their main thing in life was that they were a strong advocate of black power and didn't have no knowledge on what to do with my blood or my heartbeats or my brain or anything that was wrong with me. And then the only thing that they could tell me, well, you black, you'll be all right. No, I needed a little stronger motivation than that. And thank goodness there at the Veterans Hospital here in Oklahoma City, was able to find that. And everybody worked together. And I'm talking about from one end of the staff to the other. I'm not just talking about the doctors. I'm talking about the secretaries, the nurses aides, the food department. The people kept the place clean, so I wouldn't get no other. I have to be personal then, so I wouldn't get any other diseases. They kept it in a way where, they kept a smile on their face. They may have come from a patient that was giving them a hard time, but when they come in there, they kept a smile on for that patient. And I want to publicly compliment our Veterans Hospital for the type of employees that they've hired that are working there. I want to publicly compliment the staff specifically there on 6E for the fantastic job that they did while I was there under their care. And then I also have to compliment the support staff there on 6E at Veterans Hospital here in Oklahoma City on the job that they did to make sure that everybody else could do their job. And it was good to see a team work together. You know, everybody may not have the doctor status, but everybody has a role and a responsibility. And I'm sure that even today that they're taking care of that responsibility. And it goes out just past the hospital because of the fact that's what life is all about. If you can work with people and you use what little knowledge you may have and tie it all in together, you'll find that you really have a solution to the problem. Good things happened to me there during the sickness, and that is the fact that I'm going to use it as a motivation, Mom. When I looked up one day and there was Reverend Billingsley came in, Reverend Weekly came in, Reverend Tucker came in, and Reverend Coleman came by there the last day there, but then they came by and they offered their prayers on healing.
How about all the people that came to see you, Calvin?
How
about all the people that came to see you?
I'm going to, I wish I could list all of them, but then our NACP family, like Ms. Ford, Ms. Hunter. I think of the shock effect that it had one morning. I opened my eyes, and there was Shelley, there was Alicia, there was Merlin, there was you, and it was good to have that strong family support also. Then I went out in the foyer, thank goodness, and there was Sasha and Sydney Clara there, you know, and Joshua had sent his best, but they were downstairs. So
how about Kay and all that group? Kay.
Oh, I'm getting ready to talk about
Kay
Luper and Robbie Luper, how they were there, and you know they work in that area, the medical area, and they were there with their knowledge. But then it wasn't so much their knowledge that I was that impressed me. So it was just having that family support, and I like to challenge the other families out there that if something should happen like it happened in our family, that we get together and support each other. And no matter what, let that person know that the whole family is behind you. It was really inspirational. Matter of fact, it was so touching that after the hospital visiting hours were closed, my roommate said, I got friends and family too, you know.
But they don't come to see him.
They don't come to see.
Were you surprised to see Attorney Cole in that group?
Huh?
Were you surprised to see Attorney Cole and that whole group?
Every visitor was a surprise. Every person that came there was an inspiration. I mean, it was a surprise to see, but then there were people that I've worked with, I've seen, but then to see them when you're down was really encouraging and inspirational. Even to hear from them was inspiring and inspirational. So I don't have nothing, but I'm compiling a list now where I'm going to tell them thank you by card. But I'm thanking them by the radio, and I thanked them then because it meant a lot, and it motivated me to start visiting more people that are sick in the hospitals around our city. But it was something. It was an experience that I never will forget, not only because of the illness, but because of the love that was shown from our community, and the love that was shown from our friends, and the love that April, Merle, and you, and Shelley, everybody showed to me, and the calls that I've gotten just this little short time that I've been home, where people have called and just said, glad you're home. And I'm glad to be home, too, but the fight is on. The fight is not only on my health, but the fight is on something bigger than me, and that's that Afro-American Plaza, and I look forward to that being a reality in the very, very near future.
Since I set a date that didn't work, and when I say I mean my committee, do we have another date in mind? I guess we'll do that at our meeting.
Yeah, you have to do that, because I don't have another date in mind. I kind of got a little selfish here. I got some dates in mind for the to get back at Veterans
it's not
Hospital.
too late. Everybody can do their part.
You can do your part. Matter of fact, a lot of the nurses and the support staff there at Veterans Hospital, I was surprised that they were so aware of the project and were willing to do their part and did their part
But
did what they could at that time.
sometimes, you know, I don't cry out for black power and all of that. I like American power
I
because
don't like it.
the
I mean, you don't
students at
better like
Brink
it, but it'd be
School,
good.
at Britton Elementary School, and Star Spencer School, and all those schools that have sent. But I haven't heard from Douglas High School. I haven't heard from John Marshall. But we're going to
Well,
hear from all
that
of them.
list, you
And I've
haven't
heard some preachers, and then some preachers have given me the wrong information. I had some preachers that tell me they want to help me, but I haven't heard from them. And I'm going to tell you next week who those preachers are.
that list.
And then I've had some deacons that say they were going to help. If you're not going to help, just don't say nothing. Keep your mouths closed.
Well, that list
And I'm going to hear from the judges, too.
That list of do not will be longer than the list of do's. I will bet you that, but we'll talk about.
But I'm not going to. Calvin, don't you
We'll
want.
talk about
You
that.
want to sing this morning? Somebody wants to know because I met a lady at the store yesterday, and she wasn't talking about my program. She's talking about your singing.
Well, she
You
has
want to sing Happy Birthday to someone?
Oh, Mom, and definitely I do. I have a happy birthday greeting I want to send out to a young lady named Stella Rogers.
You better hurry because
I have
we're
one
about to give
for
out
Mrs.
time.
Burton's sister. I have one for that young man that's looking at you across there in the studio. Lex, this song goes out to you, too.
You better hurry up and
Lex,
sing it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Stella. Happy birthday, Sister Burton's sister. Happy birthday, Lex. But most importantly, may you have many, many more.
But one thing, your sickness didn't help your voice. This is Clara Luper saying, "I'll see you." Bye, bye,
Bye-bye.
and don't
Love you,
forget
too.
to
Thank
help
you, Oklahoma
somebody.
City.
Bye, bye.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Clara Luper Show. Join Sister Clara Luper here each and every Saturday from 9 until 10. And until next Saturday, may God bless you.
And the views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were not necessarily those of AM Radio 1220 KTLV.
Father, I need your help and a hand.
Hello, I'm Joyce Meyer, inviting you to join me for Enjoying Everyday Life, right here on this station. We will uncover the wonderful things that God has in store for you.
This is AM 1220, KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City, and streaming audio at KTLV1220.com.
This is Tierney Cook, and I start my Saturday mornings with Demetrius Thomas and Lex on the Gospel Music Showcase.
Trudy's Thrift